Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about network theorems. Okay, in this one, first topic is superposition theorem. Okay, first of all, what is the statement of superposition theorem? Okay, in any linear bilateral network consisting of two or more sources, okay, then current through or voltage across any element is equal to algebraic sum of currents or voltages produced independently by each source, okay, while the remaining sources are replaced by ideal elements. Okay, see from the example, see here in any linear bilateral network, okay, the given circuit is a linear network as well as bilateral network. Here that is consisting of two sources, right? One is voltage source and another one is current source. Then the current flowing through any element is equals to algebraic sum of all currents flowing through that element. Okay, algebraic sum of all currents flowing through that element. Okay, then the remaining sources are replaced by ideal elements. That is, voltage source is replaced by short circuit and current source is replaced by open circuit. Okay, let us consider an example. See, from the example, the circuit is having one voltage source and one current source. That is, voltage source is having 10 volts and current source is having a current of 2 amperes. Yes, in this problem we have to calculate current flowing through 20 ohm resistor by using superposition theorem. Okay, yes, to calculate current flowing through 20 ohm resistor, step 1 here, first case I am considering 10 volt source is acting alone. The remaining source, that is 2 amperes current source, is replaced by open circuit. Okay, yes, see here in the next figure, here current source is replaced by open circuit. Okay, when current source is replaced by open circuit, that open circuit in series with the 30 ohm resistor, open circuit in series with the resistance will be neglected. Then the equivalent circuit is replaced by 10 volt source, which is having in series with the 20 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor. Then current I dash is equals to 10 divided by 20 plus 10, that is by using Ohm's law, current I dash is equals to V by R equivalent. Then you will get current I dash is equals to 1 by 3 amperes. Okay, next step 2, here I am considering 2 ampere source is acting alone. See here, step 2, 2 ampere source is acting alone. Then the remaining source is voltage source, that is 10 volt source is replaced by short circuit. You can see here, that is the voltage source that is replaced by short circuit. Okay, right, here current source is having a current of 2 amperes. Okay, here we have to calculate current flowing through 20 ohm resistor. Okay, yes, here total current is there. Here 20 ohm and 10 ohm, these two resistors are connected in parallel, right? In parallel we can apply current division rule. Yes, by using current division rule I can easily calculate current flowing through 20 ohm resistor by knowing the total current. Okay, then current flowing through 20 ohm resistor is equals to total current into opposite parallel branch resistance divided by sum of parallel branch elements. Okay, that is I double dash is equals to 2 into opposite parallel branch resistance value is 10 ohm divided by sum of parallel branch elements is nothing but 20 plus 10. Then total current I double dash is equals to 2 by 3 amperes. Okay, by using superposition theorem, total current is nothing but algebraic sum of all currents, right? But here total current I is equals to, I am mentioning that I double dash minus I dash. Why? Because see here, in first case current I dash direction is clockwise, right? In second case current I double dash direction is anti-clockwise, right? That means hence two currents are opposite in nature, hence the resultant value will be subtracted. Here the magnitude, based upon the magnitude, here I double dash magnitude is greater than I dash, hence total current I is equals to I double dash minus I dash. Then the total current is equals to 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3, you will get total current is 1 by 3 amperes. Okay, in this way we can calculate current flowing through any branch, okay, by using superposition theorem. Okay, let us consider another example. Okay, just you can see, can observe the figure here. In this circuit, the circuit is consisting of two voltage sources. Okay, two voltage sources and three resistors, that is 20 ohm and 30 ohm and 10 ohm. Okay, in this problem here we have to calculate current flowing through 10 ohm resistor by using superposition theorem. Here also we are having two sources. These two are the voltage sources, right? First case I am considering 20 volt source is acting alone. Okay, the remaining source 10 volt source is replaced by short circuit, right? Yes, if 20 volt source is acting alone, here second source is replaced by short circuit. Okay, assume total current is, first case I am considering I dash is divided into I1 dash and I2 dash. You can see in the figure. Okay, right? First we have to calculate current I dash, then after we can calculate current I2 dash. How to calculate current I dash is nothing but first we have to calculate equivalent resistance. Yes, that is on source side. Okay, to calculate equivalent resistance on source side I have to start opposite end. That means from right side I have to calculate from my right side. Why? Because I have to calculate R equivalent on left side, right? Yes, here I am starting from my right side. My right side is nothing but here 10 ohm and 30 ohm. Here 10 ohm and 30 ohm, these two resistors are connected in parallel, right? That is nothing but when two resistors are connected in parallel, R equivalent is nothing but R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Similar formula here I am using here, 10 into 30 by 10 plus 30. You will get, yes, you will get R equivalent is 7.5 ohms. Okay, after that the resultant value of this R equivalent is in series with the 20 ohm resistor, right? That is nothing but here the resultant circuit is having 20 volt source in series with the 20 ohm resistor and 7.5 ohm resistor. Then the current I dash is equals to, by using Ohm's law, current I dash is equals to V by R equivalent, that is 20 volts divided by 20 plus 7.5. You will get I dash current is equals to 0.72 amperes. But we have to calculate current flowing through 10 ohm resistor. Yes, from the first figure current flowing through 10 ohm resistor is nothing but I2 dash. Okay, I2 dash is calculated by using current division rule. Why? Because here 10 ohm and 30 ohm are connected in parallel. Yes, already we know the total current I dash, right? Then current flowing through 10 ohm resistor is I2 dash is equals to, okay, total current, that is I dash into, okay, total current I dash into opposite parallel branch resistance, that is 30 divided by sum of parallel branch elements, that is 30 plus 10. Yes, that is I2 dash is equals to I dash into 30 by 30 plus 10. You will get, already we know I dash is equals to 0.72, right? 0.72 into 30 divided by 30 plus 10 is nothing but 40. You will get I2 dash value is 0.54 amperes. Okay, next second case what I am doing here second case I am considering 10 volt source is acting alone, then the remaining source is 20 volt source. That 20 volt source is replaced by short circuit. You can see the figure. Okay, then total current, again in second case I am assuming total current is I double dash. Okay, that I double dash is divided into I1 double dash and I2 double dash. You can see in the figure. But here in second case I have to calculate again current flowing through 10 ohm resistor, that is nothing but I double dash is nothing but total current, right? As to calculate total current, first I have to calculate equivalent resistance on source side, that is nothing but my right side. To calculate equivalent resistance on source side I have to proceed from opposite end, that is from my left side. Okay, that means here I have to calculate from left side, that is nothing but here first 20 ohm and 30 ohm, right? Here 20 ohm and 30 ohm are connected in parallel, right? When 20 ohm and 30 ohm are connected in parallel, the R equivalent of these two resistors will be 20 into 30 by 20 plus 30. Okay, that is equals to 20 into 30 divided by 20 plus 30 is equals to 50, right? That is 20 into 30 divided by 50. You will get 60 by 5, that is equals to 12 ohm, right? Then the equivalent circuit will be voltage source, that is 10 volt source in series with 10 ohm in series with 12 ohm. Then current I double dash is equals to, by using Ohm's law, current I double dash is equals to, we will get 10 divided by 10 plus 12, that is I double dash is equals to 0.45 amperes. Now the current flowing through 10 ohm resistor is I double dash, that is I double dash is equals to 0.45 amperes. Yes, in two cases, first we are calculated current flowing through 10 ohm resistor. Okay, by using superposition theorem, then total current, that is the current flowing through 10 ohm resistor I is equals to, yes, first case what is the current? I2 dash. Second case what is the current? I double dash. Okay, actual from the theorem, the total current I is equals to I2 dash plus I double dash. But here you can observe the signs of the currents. Yes, I2 dash current, I2 dash direction is clockwise. What about I double dash? Yes, the I double dash direction is anti-clockwise. Yes, both the currents are opposite in nature, right? Hence the total resultant current will be either I2 dash minus I double dash, right, or I double dash minus I2 dash. As that value will be decided based upon the current magnitudes, right? Here just you can observe I2 dash current will be 0.54, right, whereas I double dash current is 0.45. just you can see I2 dash is equals to 0.54 amperes, whereas I double dash current is 0.45 amperes. Here I2 dash magnitude is greater than I double dash, right? Hence the total current is equals to 0.54 minus 0.45, that is nothing but I2 dash minus I double dash. You will get total current I is equals to 0.09 amperes. Okay, in this way we can calculate current flowing through any branch by using superposition theorem. Okay, yes, now you have some idea about superposition theorem, right? Yes, if the circuit is having n number of sources and if the circuit is having n number of sources, that means you have to consider each source separately. Okay, and the remaining sources are replaced by ideal elements. If the remaining source is voltage source, that is replaced by short circuit. If the remaining source is current source, that is replaced by open circuit. Okay, in this way you have to calculate current flowing through any branch. Okay, next coming to applications, and limitations. Superposition theorem is applicable to linear and bilateral elements. The major limitation of superposition theorem is not applicable for power calculations. Why? Because already we know that power P is equals to V into I. If I substitute I is equals to V by R, power P is equals to, you will get V square by R. Or power P is equals to, already we know V into I. In place of V you can substitute I into R. You will get power P is equals to I square into R over R V square by R. Right? That is nothing but power P is directly proportional to I square and directly proportional to V square. Yes, this is a non-linear relationship. Right? Hence, superposition theorem is not applicable for non-linear elements. Right? Hence, superposition theorem is not used for power calculations. Superposition theorem is not used for power calculations. This is about superposition theorem. Next class we will discuss about maximum power transfer theorem and Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem and their applications. Thank you one and all.